Cam, genetically modified organisms or GMOs. It's a hot button topic these days with passionate arguments on both sides of the issue, and KITV4 has provided extensive coverage over the past couple of years. Now, last weekend, organizers say 2,000 people took part in a march on Kauai protesting genetically modified foods, and they're not done marching. This is video from their event on March 9th. This weekend, the same group will make its way to the Big Island for a march from the Kamehameha statue at Bayfront to the Mo'oheau bandstand in front of the Hilo Farmers Market. Now, this morning, the group is asking for volunteers to help with the Saturday event. It all starts at 9:30 in the morning and is part of a month-long schedule of protests against GMO testing and farming. For more information, head to the As Seen On section of our website, KITV.com. Now, awareness of genetically modified foods also a big issue at the Capitol this session. One of the several bills that passed the House last week is a controversial one calling for the labeling of GMO products.
It's really going to help people identify, what is in their desire to eat. We should have that choice to know GMO, organic, conventional. I want to know.
The bill now sits in the Senate where it's awaiting committee hearings. Jill?
Well, on the flip side, the Hawaii Crop Improvement Association and the Hawaii Farm Bureau Federation have come together to show the value of genetically engineered crops. And this morning we've got Alan Schreiber. He's a farmer from Washington State, and you've come here. Actually, you said you won an essay contest about the value of GMO, but you said you're an organic farmer. Mm-hmm. So tell me about what you grow actually in Washington State.
We have a diversified farm where we grow over 300 different crops and varieties, everything from apples, blueberries, raspberries, sweet corn, potatoes, onions, just a lot of different crops.
So some of it is organic, some of it's GMO?
Okay. Most of our farm is set aside for organic production, and we have a little isolation distance, and then we grow conventional crops in the other part of our farm, and part of that area is dedicated to GMO crops, particularly GMO sweet corn.
And how does it benefit you to have GMO crops amongst your fields?
We mostly grow organic because we try to grow what we can organically. We couldn't grow sweet corn organically because we have a terrible insect problem. And then when we try to grow it conventionally, we use six applications of insecticides, which is something we don't like to do. But when the GMO sweet corn became available, we started growing it, and we're able to grow our GMO sweet corn without use of any insecticides.
But the argument, I guess, against GMO is saying that the long-term effects, we don't know what those are, and I think that's what people are most fearful of.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a spokesman for the GMO industry. I can only speak on our farm, but I mean, we grow it, we eat it, my family eats it. I think in the bigger picture, there's been billions or even trillions of meals served, and no one's ever gotten sick from a GMO crop. The World Health Organization, National Academy of Science says it's safe, and it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me.
But as far as the labeling issue, mm-hmm. which is something that's happening here in the state over whether or not GMO foods should be labeled, yeah. What's your take on that?
Well, primarily as an organic farmer, I think there's already labeling. If you can't have GMO in your organic crops, and so if you have a problem with GMO, if you don't like GMO, just buy an organic crop. Buy organic food, because organic food can't be GMO. I don't think, to me, there's no value to be gained in society by labeling something as GMO.
All right, and I know that there's a lot of products locally that are GMO, and you brought a dish here. Mm-hmm. This is pineapple, sesame-crusted ahi steak with papaya corn and mango salsa made with GMO papaya. Mm-hmm. So apparently it looks delicious, and I'm sure it tastes good too, and I'll get to that in a second during the break. But thanks for coming in, Alan. I appreciate your time. And you're watching KITV4 News this morning. If you want to see this interview again, you can go to our As Seen On section of our website, KITV.com. It's now 6:17.